Hello and welcome to Fifth and Grace. Today we're going to be diving into the Harry and Meghan thing even more. Every single day it's something new. So the most recent information that I have is that there were moving trucks at the house in Montecito. So that's allegedly speculation. It is a gossipy internet rumor, but I always think where a rumor starts, there's some truth to it. There's something in there. So we may find out that they're moving out. They might not be able to pay their bills anymore because a lot of paid partnerships might be ending because of some recent behaviors. And they could be just simply making a move because Meghan doesn't feel safe. Like, where does she ever feel safe? And it could be because they've just simply run out of money. Now, I know that the talk on the street is that Harry got a big inheritance on his 40th birthday. A lot of people suspect that he has put that away and he's not sharing. And that could be part of the problem. Of course, everything that's gone on for the last few weeks. If you need a little catch up, just go to the first video of this series, which is Meghan and the red dress. And there's a whole big 12-minute explanation there of where we're at. And then there's another video about Harry being on the run, and now this video. So if you just follow those videos, you'll be all caught up with the story. So I thought we'll just see what the cards have to say about moving vans at Meghan and Harry's house in Montecito. I was watching some videos this morning, commentators talking about this and saying this could be the narcissistic collapse. I was raised by a narcissist, so I'm very familiar with it. And if I'm being totally honest, and I had this conversation with my husband this morning, all this talk about Meghan and the narcissism, it's sort of twofold for me, because on one hand, I do find it quite triggering because I am the survivor of a pretty serious narcissist abuse. I do have CPTSD. I have been in therapy. I've had to do a lot of work and healing on myself to get to the point that I'm not in the clutches of PTSD all the time. Anytime I happen to have contact with my mother, I don't contact her, but she likes to contact me. And it used to be really, really difficult. It would set me off, and sometimes it would take days for my nervous system to calm down. But I've done so much work that I could actually pass her in the street and have no reaction. So it can be done. It is possible. There are still some remnants of the abuse that live on in me. A lot of my self-worth is tied up in it. A lot of my self-esteem is tied up in it. So it's such a horrible, horrible thing. So I am finding these things a little bit triggering, but at the same time healing, because as I'm feeling myself getting a little bit triggered by certain things that I'm seeing and hearing, that's letting me know the parts that still need work and the parts that still need healing work. So it's sort of a double-edged sword here. But anyway, we're going to talk about these moving vans. I just want to see what the cards have to say. If this is true, if there were moving vans at the house, and maybe why. It could just be they were getting furniture delivered, or it could be they're moving out, or they're evicted, or whatever. I don't know. I don't think they own the house. I think they rent it. But maybe somebody could clarify if you're in the know. And yeah, we'll see what energy is around this rumor and this idea that there were moving vans. Harry has been violently quiet on this whole thing when he normally hasn't been. And don't you find that interesting? Because the royals, that's what they do. They just say nothing. Their motto is, you never complain, you never explain, and you just say nothing. So look at all the abuse that was heaped on Kate. Many believe that came from the Meghan Markle camp, by the way, when she was missing, quote unquote missing. Meanwhile, you know, she's put out there that she's had some form of cancer of some kind and was going through treatment and has now emerged, and did her first public appearance yesterday, I believe. So let's have a look at the energies here for the moving vans in Montecito. And we have the devil. Ace of Pentacles, Two of Wands. The devil is, whoopsie. We're having a moment here. You know what? I'm going to put my little acorn under this guy. See, I've actually got my whole setup switched around because, and so normally the glare would be on this one. So still working out the best way to do this. Bear with me. I'm a baby YouTuber. I just started my channel 2.5 months ago, not even 2.5 months ago. And so I'm learning a lot along the way, and I am sharing that in my journey to monetization videos, but just a little aside. So if you are sort of doing the same thing as me, which is trying to get your YouTube growing, check those videos out because I do put in there the things I've learned. So the devil is about addiction and having a grip on somebody. It's about our limiting beliefs. It's about just so many things. I usually, when I see this card, the question I ask is, what's the addiction? And I've actually had people immediately answer me what their addiction is, because it is about addiction. In reverse, it's about becoming independent. It's about overcoming the addiction. It's about freedom, revelation, reclaiming power. Hello? Do we think Harry is trying to reclaim his life? Because he's out on this like royal cosplay tour. And I think, and I said this in another video, I think he's hoping that he will be able to return to London, rejoin the royal family, and become a working royal again, and just return to his life. I think he should probably take a couple of years off, work on himself, because he will have a lot of healing to do after being in this relationship. Having dealt with narcissists, I know it takes some deep work to recover from that. And then reemerge in a few years, hoping that people have kind of forgotten this chapter of his life. So this is telling me, yeah, somebody is looking to get their freedom. Didn't they have a book called Finding Freedom, or was it a documentary? Didn't they have that? Okay, now I'm gonna have to look it up. I can't do it on my phone because I'm using my phone to film this, but I'm gonna look it up because they did have a Finding Freedom thing. And for that book would have been about Harry becoming free from the royal family and the free of the constraints of being born into that situation. So I think maybe now he's found himself trapped in another situation, and this is him reclaiming his freedom. And maybe realizing that, you know, cutting ribbons and kissing babies, not the hardest job in the world. And we know he's not that smart, and he's not that interesting to be able to achieve great things on his own. He just doesn't have that kind of personality. But we're seeing him shine as he's done this tour recently. Many believe he's still in South Africa, kind of maybe in hiding. Go back to my last video for some thoughts on that. But definitely the feeling over all of the videos that I have done is that this is him making his escape from Meghan. Absolutely. And that the timing for this card is December 22nd to January 19th. So if you go back to a couple videos, just watch the whole series. Okay, just do me a favor, just pop it on, pop your headphones on, watch the whole series. But there were some dates that came up. So this December 22nd to January 19th, this I think will be taking place behind the scenes. We are not going to know what is going on in this time period unless Meghan makes it public. But there were some dates that I gave in the past videos that really speak to this. And this, now seeing this as the lead up to the great escape. So yeah, that sort of behind the scenes, not publicized stuff. This could be that the moving vans were there and he was getting his personal effects out, or maybe Meghan is done and she's leaving and getting her stuff out of there and is going to leave him holding the bag on this as someone who's not an American citizen and is there on some kind of special guest visa. And then also in my last video, I did talk about maybe he's not coming back until after the election because he may get deported if he is in the country if Donald Trump gets elected. So now we have the Ace of Pentacles. And let's just see. I love looking to see if there are dates attached to cards. As you know, I do it almost every single time. I'll look up and see. And I do it for my clients as well. And I've actually had a client, more than one client, come and tell me that the date I gave them was bang on. The most recent one was, I did a reading for someone in February and I told them that something would happen in September. We won't say what that is. We won't say what it was about, but in September, they got a hold of me and said, oh my gosh, remember you told me something would happen in September? Well, it happened and they sent me everything. And I was like, oh, I did tell one client that she would meet her man in November. And the next time I saw her, sort of maybe about a year later, she said to me, remember you told me I'd meet a man in November? And I said, yeah, I do remember that. And she said, well, I met my man in November. So yeah, the cards aren't wrong. They're never wrong. They are never, never, never wrong. So our Ace of Pentacles, speaking of being broke, is all about lack of money, poor financial control, lack of opportunities, financial delays. Let's talk about that inheritance. Hello. It could be getting delayed. It could be that they're like, no, we're not giving it to you while you're in this situation. I think that the crown has all the power in this. I don't know. I could be wrong, but this could be about Meghan being cut off financially from Harry. Like she might have been hanging in there for the whatever reported 8 million pounds or whatever it was. Allegedly, this is for entertainment purposes only. We're just playing with pretty cards and telling stories. Okay. But this really looks like the lack of money may be driving their exit from this Montecito house. That's definitely coming through strong. It's a lack of opportunities as well. I can imagine after the weekend's antics with the red dress, there will be a lot of dried up opportunities. That will kind of be the end of things. Harry being a royal, no matter what, no matter whether he's a working royal, an exiled royal, a hated royal, whatever, he's still royal. He's still the king's son. There's no escaping that. So he will always have an appeal and an attraction to the average person who sort of finds that exciting and the allure. And as I said in a past video, the fairy tale of it all. So he will have opportunities always, as long as he gets his head straightened. But she's running out of opportunities. Absolutely. I mean, everybody's walking away from her. And I think when this P. Diddy thing comes out in the public, when we have everything, we may find there's something there as well. But definitely, this is speaking, if, even, before I even pulled the cards, I said, have they run out of money? Very likely they have, because nothing's working. They don't actually do anything. They never bring anything to completion. We've got a jam website and no jam. There's Archewell podcast or whatever it was and no episodes. Like there's just nothing happening to make money. I mean, YouTubers like me are sitting at home making money doing what we do more than they are. So I think that's why Harry went on this big tour, because he would be getting paid to be on all these shows and things like that. So that's probably, it was maybe a little bit of a desperation tour, as well as his freedom tour, perhaps, because word on the street, like I said, he's still not back, that he's in South Africa. And our Two of Wands here, Two of Wands. Usually cards are really nice, but in the case of these people, they're just never always that positive. So our Two of Wands is always about, we've got decisions that need to be made about what to do. our wands, of course, are about our actions, our spirit, how we live, everything else like that. And having the Two of Wands here tells us that there's some decisions that need to be made. Options are being weighed. If you saw that picture of Harry sitting by the fire, that is a man who is weighing the options in his life. He is thinking about how he got here and what the heck he has done. So I definitely think that we're going to see some stuff coming out. The past videos have all the dates of when the cards say there'll be some movement on this, but definitely he's in hiding, not necessarily hiding from the law, which was the question from the last video, but hiding just away from Meghan in this case to sort out his head and make decisions about his life. He's, I believe that he is with the Spencer family, so they will probably be very helpful in helping him make those decisions. But yeah, there's definitely a restlessness and detachment, like he's separated himself from the whole thing. And, you know, I don't mean separation in terms of legal separation, but he's just separated himself emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually from this marriage and this situation, so that he can independently make his own decisions about his life rather than be influenced from. I bet if I saw, if we did a Celtic cross, the outside influences card would be the devil. So yeah, there we go. There we go. We could see it right there. Upside down, Queen of Swords. Contracts being broken. Contracts being broken. Let me see if there's a date on here. Oopsie, my pages are sticking together. Yeah, this is a lack of empathy. I'm gonna suggest this is actually Meghan, with that lack of empathy. This is upside down. This is quite the narcissist, manipulative, spiteful, vindictive, nasty, absent mother. Interesting, because there is talk that there are no children. No one's seen them in a long time, so there is talk, allegedly, for entertainment purposes only. We're just playing with pretty cards here and telling stories. But that there is an absent mother element to the Queen of Swords. Our Queen of Swords reversed is also letting us know about canceled contracts. That contracts are coming to an end. And that could be with their paid partnerships because people are like, nah, we're done. But also look at that journalist, Liz, I can't remember her last name, but she was just like, we're done. I can't anymore with this woman. I have backed her. I've supported her. I've helped her. Can no longer do that. So not just like actual legal contracts for deals and things like that, but spiritual contracts with friends and things like that. So there's people definitely walking away from her right now. And the Ten of Cups, happy families. Happy families. Isn't that what everybody wants? I know that's what Harry wants. I know that's what Harry's wanted his entire life. And I think that's what's driving his move now, is he's seen that he's made a big mistake. And he's definitely trying to achieve what he wants. But here's the thing. The 10 is always about endings. It's always about completion. So this would tell me that this is the happy family thing is coming to completion. This is not, you know, this is the energy around it. And we know it's not a happy family. We know that absolutely from everything that's coming out, we know it's not a happy family situation. He's estranged from his own family. He's actually been isolated from his own family when he left the UK. And, you know, all of his behaviors and her behaviors and the things that are coming out that we have discovered are not true, allegedly, for entertainment purposes only. And so there's definitely a completion coming here of the happy family is no longer. And just based on what energies we're looking for reading here, like if this was a Celtic cross reading and it was somebody who wanted to know if she was going to meet her man and have a family, and this was the final card, I'd be like, oh yeah, you're good, girl. But in this case, because of what we're actually talking about here, this is about completion, the end of the happy family. And we have the Queen of Wands. My goodness. My goodness, we're going to check the timing here. Our timing for the, oh, no timing. So it's a basically when there's no timing. Sorry. I should have prepared answers for when there's no timing and not be trying to scramble in my brain. But it basically means now or before you're ready. And this is about being patient. Definitely about being patient. I think that Harry wants what he wants, and we know he's impulsive, but this is letting us know he just needs to be patient. It does look like there's endings happening. It does look like there's contracts ending. This could even be the lease on their house in Montecito coming to an end. And that could be why they're moving out, or there could be other reasons, like he's like, get your stuff out of the house, or she's like, I'm leaving. She might have put all his stuff on a truck and sent it somewhere. We don't know. We really don't know. But I think if we get him out of this situation, he'll definitely be a lot happier and a lot more confident. As we saw over the couple weeks that he was touring, he just very much became so much more confident, so much more confident. And finally, we have I can't read that. Got to use my glasses. The Two of Swords. Oh, I should wear my reading glasses while I do this on these extra tiny cards. So our Two of Swords is it's upside down, like reversed, which we read for these kinds of readings, is about clarity, freedom, release. Yeah, I would say they're removing vans. I would say they were moving vans there for some reason. Something was getting moved out of that house, whether it's her moving out, him sending for his things, or her packing his things up, like who knows. But this is definitely about release, and there's a confusing element about it, which I can totally understand. But normally this would be about, like, if this was upright, this would be about decisions, perhaps a stalemate, the inability to make a decision. But because it's reversed, this tells me that decisions were made. And interesting, the timing on this card is September 23rd to October 2nd. So not long ago. And that was while he was sitting by the fire in Africa, contemplating his life. So I think he made some big decisions. And now the just having made the decisions has helped him feel freer and given him clarity. So there we have it, folks. It does kind of seem like perhaps there may have been moving vans there. We'll wait for photographic evidence, but certainly there's a lot of energy that they are parting ways. And if we're looking at Harry, he's made decisions, he's ending the family, contracts are coming to an end, all of that kind of thing. And what do we have here? The Hanged Man. He's feeling stuck. He's felt stuck for a long time, but he's now seeing things through fresh eyes. He's had time to be away. He's seeing things through fresh eyes, fresh perspective. He's looking at things from different angles as well. He's now probably seeing it not from the angle of somebody actually in it, which if you've ever been involved with a narcissist, it is incredibly hard to see it from the inside. But now that he's been away, he would be seeing it from the outside. And he's been feeling trapped, and he's been feeling limited. And this change of perspective, change of location, change of activities, and this distance between them is probably helped a lot. We know he has problems making decisions. That has been made very clear by the people around them, and that also indicates that. But I think he got to a point where he could make a decision, and he's not feeling trapped anymore. He knows what to do. He knows what it will take. Whew. If you're new here, I thank you for joining me. I look forward to getting to know you. If you're an old friend, thank you for joining me again. Please subscribe. Don't forget to hit the like button. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. And if there's anything else you'd like me to explore with my cards, let me know. It is Thanksgiving this weekend, so I'll probably be a little quieter and might be back full force on Monday with lots of gossip and lots of updates on the Harry and Meghan situation. All my links are in the description, so you can reach out to me easily. Have a beautiful and magical day. And for my Canadian friends, happy Thanksgiving.